One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
Greetings, this is Ty Brown with Heather Lyke, Athletic Director at Pitt. And I want to ask you a couple questions, Heather, specifically about relationships and networking, especially for young people as they come up in the profession.
Thanks, Ty. As for young people growing up in the business, I think one of the things that I would put a lot of emphasis on and make sure that they understand the importance of who they work for. Where you're at and what you're doing is important, and you want to be passionate or have a connection to those thoughts, but more importantly is who you work for. And the reason being is those people, and I guess I was just very blessed to work for other athletic directors who really took a genuine interest in developing me and giving me opportunities to grow and giving me opportunities to be challenged. But certainly, while you're doing the work, you need to focus on doing the absolute best job that you can and not just think about the next move. And the next moves will come, but the people that you work for can influence your career, can give you direction, and certainly serve as advocates later on and really help aspire. And, I owe so much of my opportunity to, Bob Goyne, who I worked for at Cincinnati, and then obviously Andy Geiger and certainly Gene Smith at Ohio State. Were three very influential mentors and leaders that I was fortunate to work for.
That's excellent insight. Who would you say was your biggest champion, and how were they your champion relative to what you're telling us now?
At Michigan, there was a woman, Peg Bradley-Doppes, and she was our senior associate at Michigan. And so she's now the athletic director at the University of Denver. Her hockey team just won a national championship. She's a rock star. And I remember coming out of law school saying to her, "How can I be you?" And she said, and again, she was very influential and said, "Heather, I think you need to go to the NCAA and try to get their internship. And you'll have a good understanding of really what the NCAA operation is all about and the inner workings of that." And so she helped guide me into college athletics. So that was really the start and one of the most influential people at the early onset of my career.
Somebody who was a champion early on.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of going out and meeting 1,000 different people.
Absolutely. It's not about the breadth of the relationship. To me, it's about the depth of the relationship.
Well, excellent. That's excellent information, Heather. Thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
This is Ty Brown, signing off.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.